Thank you so much for joining us. Good evening. I'm Jeff Vaughn.
And I'm Lena Wynn.
Well, let's start tonight. Very big night for the Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton. She won the primaries in Florida, North Carolina, and Ohio. We're still waiting for those final results from Missouri and Illinois, where things right now really too close between Clinton and Bernie Sanders to call.
We are moving closer to securing the Democratic Party nomination and winning this election in November.
The reason that we have done as well as we have, the reason that we have defied all expectations, is that we are doing something very radical in American politics. We're telling the truth.
So let's take a closer look tonight at the Democratic delegate count. 2,083 delegates are needed to win that Democratic nomination. Clinton has 1,012. Sanders has 638.
On the Republican side, Donald Trump won 3 states, Florida, Illinois, and North Carolina. Governor John Kasich won his home state of Ohio. We're keeping a close eye on Missouri, where it's too close to call.
I just want to congratulate everybody. This is a really interesting process. It's an amazing process. It's very tough, but it is by the end, if you get to the end, you can handle a lot of things, including pressure. That I can tell you, because there's nothing like it. Lies, deceit, viciousness, disgusting reporters, horrible people. Sure. Some are nice. Some are nice. Some really disgusting people back there.
This year, we will not be on the winning side. I take great comfort in the ancient words which teaches us that in their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. And so yet, while this may not have been the year for a hopeful and optimistic message about our future, I still remain hopeful and optimistic about America.
We put one foot in front of the other, and I want to remind you again tonight that I will not take the low road to the highest office in the land.
Tonight we continue to gain delegates and continue our march to 1,237. And after tonight, America now has a clear choice going forward.
Looking at the Republican delegate count, 1,037 delegates are needed for the GOP nomination. Donald Trump has 574 delegates. Ted Cruz has 365. John Kasich has 127. No longer in the race, Marco Rubio controls 159 delegates, and Ben Carson controls 6 delegates.
So Clinton, of course, seems to be closing out on Sanders right now, while John Kasich seems to have held off Donald Trump, at least for now.
For more analysis on the fallout on tonight's primary results, we bring in KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan. Dave.
Lots of changes tonight. The Republican field shrinks to 3. Trump blows away the opposition in 4 states. Kasich finally wins one. And Hillary Clinton tightens her grip on the path to the Democratic nomination. Here's what they had to say about it. One of the big stories of the night was John Kasich, who won his first primary in style, handing Donald Trump his only defeat of the night in Ohio. At a rally with his supporters, he told them that tonight's win puts him right back in the race.
I will not take the low road to the highest office in the land. Look, this is all I got, okay? This is all I got. And all I can say is thank you from the bottom of my heart. But I want you to know something. We are going to go all the way to Cleveland and secure the Republican nomination.
The win may put Kasich back in the game, perhaps moving into Marco Rubio's spot, who announced he's suspending his campaign after a brutal landslide defeat in his home state of Florida.
But after tonight, it is clear that while we are on the right side, this year, we will not be on the winning side. While it is not God's plan that I be president in 2016 or maybe ever, and while today my campaign is suspended, the fact that I've even come this far is evidence of how special America truly is.
The big winner of the night so far is Donald Trump, who won a flurry of states, including a smashing blowout in Florida, where he got more votes than Rubio and Ted Cruz combined.
We had a fantastic evening. I would have never thought this could have happened. I guess we're waiting for one result, which possibly will be very successful also. But to win the states that we won and to win by the margins, and especially, look, this is my second home, Florida. To win by that kind of a number is incredible.
Ted Cruz, hoping not to be shut out on Super Tuesday 3 night, is locked in a tight battle with Donald Trump in Missouri. With the outcome still in doubt, he told his supporters everything is fine, but their response indicated they might not agree.
Tonight was a good night. Tonight, we continued to gain delegates and continue our march to 1,237.
On the Democratic side, Hillary Clinton won the first 3 states, Florida, Ohio, and North Carolina, by big margins, and seemed to be already preparing for the fall campaign against Donald Trump.
Our commander-in-chief has to be able to defend our country, not embarrass it. Engage our allies, not alienate them. Defeat our adversaries, not embolden them.
Clinton and Bernie Sanders are still battling it out in a couple of states that are too close to call. And Sanders continues to hammer away at Clinton, telling a crowd in Phoenix she needs to release the transcripts of her lucrative speeches to Wall Street companies.
If you're going to give a speech for $225,000, it must be a really great speech. And if it's such a great speech, all of America should be able to read it.